Welcome, everyone, to CEO School. Our guest today is Asha Wilkerson, a business attorney in Oakland, California. Asha is a friend of the show. She was with us previously to discuss the advantages of setting up your business as a limited liability company. Asha takes great pride in working with and teaching entrepreneurs from under-resourced communities about business formation, contract creation, and liability reduction. She is committed to helping entrepreneurs of color not only start businesses, but also stay in business for years to come, and we love that. She also enjoys training leaders in the areas of diversity and leadership, and she has a particular affinity for working with nonprofit and faith-based organizations. In addition to practicing law, Ms. Wilkerson is a full-time professor and department chair of the Legal Studies program at American River College in Sacramento. Through her paralegal program, she's implemented a monthly record expungement clinic that assists participants in clearing past criminal records. So far, her clinic has served over 200 participants in just 1 year. California Lawyer Magazine has named Ms. Wilkerson as a super lawyer rising star for the past 7 years. In January 2020, she received a Social Justice Award from the Sacramento chapter of the National Lawyers Guild and received Attorney of the Year Award from the Wiley Manual Bar Association in Sacramento in August 2019. Welcome, Asha. It's so happy to have you back here.
Thank you. I'm excited to be back. Happy to talk about this topic we've got coming.
You could not think of a better person to talk about this topic. This is one of those things that's really close to my heart, which is philanthropy in business and
Absolutely.
How they can go hand in hand, and also how you can support your community. It's to me, it's a super exciting topic, and there are just a ton of facets. And I'm going to let you start and just kind of talk a little bit about businesses, philanthropy, and how they work harmoniously together.
Yeah, absolutely. So a couple things. I think one of the myths that a lot of people think is that if they're going to help the community, you need to be a nonprofit or you're going to go broke, right? That if you're going to give back, you're going to go broke. That's probably myth number one. Myth number two, it might be that you have to be making $1 million in order to be able to afford to give some of the money away. But today we'll talk about different opportunities for you to get involved in the community that not only benefit the community, but will also benefit your business as well, because the Internal Revenue Code gives incentive for donating to communities and donating service, time, money, resources. And so you get a kickback on your taxes. And now I'm not the expert on the tax side of it, but that is definitely one of the benefits, along with just doing good in the community that you're involved in.
And I think, although this is not the reason that we do what we do, it does raise your profile in the community, and it offers networking opportunities, and there's no denying that there's a benefit to that. So you can do well while you do good, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's another way to get your name out there. I don't do it for that, but people come up and say, oh yeah, you're the one who does the criminal record expungement clinics, right? I'm like, oh, you heard about that, huh? Or, oh yeah, you're the one who volunteered to speak and help, this panel of businesses. And, oh, great, you were in the audience. So there's some unintended consequences that can be really beneficial for your business as well.
Great. So let's talk just a little bit about some of the ways that a business can give back to the community. What you mentioned, donations. So let's start with that.
Yeah. So one of the ways, probably the most common way that we think of, is donations. Now, you can donate money. That's common, right? You write a check to a charity or to a nonprofit, and they're already doing the good work. And so that works because you get to capture that donation on your tax return, but also you are giving money or resources or time to an organization that already presumably has the way to do it down pat. So you don't have to think of, well, how am I going to serve the community? Just partner with an organization that's already doing it. So financial donations, like tangible goods, maybe you're donating food or donating clothes or supplies, you get to capture that, or just donating your time, actually physically going down and volunteering. And for all of those, I'm pretty sure for time too, there is a way to be able to capture that will benefit the business. Now, I always feel some kind of way, when people, especially when celebrities, have this big film crew with them when they go to, the poor starving children in Africa and talk about how there's all this good that they're doing. Please don't be that person. You don't have to be that person, but you can say that we as a business are committed to helping our community, and on a monthly basis or an annual basis, this is where we choose to give our time.
I really like that. We talked briefly about one of the organizations that I really like, which is the B1G1. You can find them at b1g1.com, but they do micro donations based on different criteria that you set up within your business. So there's small amounts. You get to select the charities that you support, and it's a relatively painless way to give back. And it also enables your clients to participate sometimes. So I absolutely love that model. I think it's great, but you can support charities in any charity in a similar manner by donating time, resources, you said, and money. It's always money.
Absolutely. Right. Absolutely.
So you have a lot of experience with different types of programs. That you mentioned the record expungement. You've also donated to the AIDS charities, I know, in San Francisco. And I assume that you got into these because these were things that spoke to you on a personal level, or that you so that's that's an option, is you don't have to pick. You can find charities that speak to you, and then you can support them in that way. And you mentioned also you don't have to be wealthy to make this happen.
Right. So, absolutely.
Can you expound a little bit on how we ordinary people in our small businesses can make an impact?
Right. So this really gets into the second pillar of philanthropy and business, or what I have deemed the second pillar, is donating the services that you already do. So through the school and the expungement clinic, we were already training our students how to complete forms, how to interact with clients. And we looked at it and we said, well, we can actually give this service for free to the community because it's something we're already training our students to do. And it's a great opportunity for them. And it's a great opportunity for the folks in the community. For the AIDS Legal Referral Panel, I was already litigating employment law cases. And so what does it hurt me to take on an employment law case that has come from the AIDS Legal Referral Panel that is particular to someone who is either dealing with HIV or AIDS? And then, so it's the same skill set. I'm just applying it to this other situation, and I'm not charging for it, not charging the same fees that I would do if I was doing it for, a regular client within the business. So that is also an option. You could do free workshops if you wanted to. You could decide that you're going to take on one client a month, depending on what the scope is, and decide that you're just not going to charge them. You could pick a business to sponsor. So you don't have to go out there and create something new. You also don't have to go out there and physically do something or give the money, but you can have a portion, you could reserve a portion of your own time and your own services to be able to give access to some groups who might not ordinarily be able to either afford it, maybe who wouldn't come seek you out, or who could just benefit from that charitable donation that you would give them.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. So just participating by taking the services and the skills that you already have and helping somebody who might not be able to afford you, or to be able to access those resources for a variety of different reasons. And
Absolutely. And if you're in business, if you're a business coach or a business advisor, there are plenty of groups that are already working with different business owners, and you can volunteer to do. Maybe I'll hold office hours once a month for your group, or I'm an expert in marketing. I would like to donate a free marketing workshop specifically to this group of entrepreneurs who are starting up. So it doesn't have to be anything extreme, and it doesn't have to be something that's so far away from your business. It can be what you're already doing. You're just choosing a different target audience to give those services to, which is also good practice for you as a business owner. It's good practice for the employees that you have working for you. It sets the tone and really allows people to understand where your values and your priorities are without going broke, giving everything away.
Yeah, agreed. That's a key. You don't want to go broke doing this, and there's no reason that you need to. If your business is cash poor, or at least not cash flush, donating services is absolutely, can be far more beneficial to your target targeted giving than donating a smaller cash donation. So it should not hold you back.
Right.
But your business, I know, is built on a foundation where philanthropy is part of your DNA. And I feel the same, and many of my clients feel the same within their businesses, that this is part of who they are. This is part of their reason for their business, is to be able to build a stronger community. So again, I think it's important to recognize, if that's something that's important to you, build it into your business as just part of what we do.
Right. Absolutely. And there's also a third option, and it comes in the pricing. So you can do a sort of a buy one, get one. You can say that, okay, well, I'm doing this mastermind workshop for $5,000 for a weekend, but if you buy one, I will donate a spot to a business that needs it but can't afford it. And that's a way to be able to do it where you're not asking someone to pay more. You're not, necessarily duplicating the work that you're doing, and it's also a good, I won't say marketing ploy, because that has a negative connotation to it, but it is a good story, a good reason for someone to want to use your services if you're service-based, or to buy your product. Like think about Tom's shoes. For every pair of Toms you buy, they donate a pair of Toms to a person in a community that wouldn't ordinarily be able to afford it. Now, I don't know how many people still think about that, but I remember when they first came out, that was a big thing. And so people wanted to go and buy Toms because they knew that they were buying something for themselves, but they were also being able to donate without having to do anything extra. Another thing that you can do is you can set aside, you can make a commitment to donate 15%, 10%, 5% of your profits for the month, for the quarter, for the year. You can pick an organization and say, this month we're focusing on women's shelters. And for of all the sales that we get this month, we're donating 15%, or all of the net profit, right? Once you've paid all the bills, we're donating 15%. And people really like that kind of a story. You think about when we buy from organizations, it helps us to buy when we know the cause, we understand the individuals who created it, we know the commitment, because we want to know, even if we're just going to buy a bag of tortilla chips, we want to know the story, and we want to know what we're buying into, because it's more than just the service or the product. It's the whole story and community that goes along with it.
Absolutely. And the other thing to remember is like attracts like. So if you are showing that this is your commitment to the community at large, you're going to be attracting potential clients that are also interested in those same values. And I think that, again, that's very important to many of us as entrepreneurs, that we that our clients are compatible to our own philosophy, our own values. That we are not serving everybody in the world. We are serving those people that can most benefit from what we have to offer. And I think that's part of it. So absolutely.
Yep, I agree. And sometimes it's scary to put that out there because you think you might be turning certain people away, but it really actually just helps you to narrow your message and to be really clear about what you stand for. And then the more you do it, the more confident you become in it, and the more you attract the same people who are in the same or similar line of thinking. And there's plenty to go around. You're not competing. You're really not competing with the high amount of people that you think you're competing with. You're really just competing against your own best self and being able to refine and serve better and do all of those things. So, don't be afraid of getting clear with your message and getting clear with what your values are, because it's only going to serve you, even if it seems scary in the beginning.
Absolutely. So I want to have, first of all, is there anything we haven't touched on? So did we?
Let me see. Let me check my list. No, I think we pretty much covered it. The three areas where you can really think about philanthropy in your business is from donations. So number one, donation. So whether that's time, supplies, or money. Number two is thinking about discounting or offering services within your own business. So whether you're offering, 50% off for this particular service, or, free service for this particular group of folks, or I'm giving away one membership in this area. And then the third area is thinking about pricing. Maybe it's a buy one, get one. For every VIP day, you're going to give away a VIP day, or for every two, you're going to give away one. So, and also, just think about who you can partner with so that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. There are already organizations that are doing great work in the community, but maybe you can just partner, and sponsor and get, a day where your business is co-sponsoring a cleanup day at the lake or clean up the neighborhood day. There's so many opportunities that literally don't have to cost you money, but you can give your time or give supplies, and all of it will help you raise your status in the community. But more important than that, you're going to be helping the community. And then also don't forget about that tax benefit. Just because we're talking being savvy business owners, right? You might not be doing it. Some businesses, let's be real, a lot of businesses do the donations for the tax benefit. And that's fine, because we do want that help in the community as well. But I remember my dad told me, he said, Asha, you have to learn how to help yourself first, because if you're going to be helping everybody else, you're going to go broke just like the folks you're trying to help, right? So all of that to say that there are ways to do this without going broke, but there are also benefits to it. And so get with your CPA, your tax advisor, and look at your numbers and see what you can give away, how it's going to benefit you, and how do you build it into your business so you become that informed CEO like Kelly is helping you to become.
I love that. So I want to quickly give a plug for one of your passion projects, which is the Transcend community. And I'll let you take it away and talk about that. But it's so much value that I really would love for you to talk about that a little bit.
Thank you. Yeah. So Transcend is a membership community where we build a business and we leave a legacy. That is the premise of Transcend. And it is a group specifically designed for under-resourced entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs of color who have historically not had the opportunity to get the business resources and the financial resources and the tax resources that business owners need to really build a thriving and sustainable business. So we walk through three pillars. The first one is building a strong business foundation that includes forming your legal entity, getting clear on your contracts, and connecting with a CPA to work on your tax strategy and tax plan. The second pillar is growing and scaling your business. In my opinion, there's no point in growing in a way that's not sustainable, because my dad's friend says, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. That's not what we're doing in business. We're here for a good time and a long time in business. So you got to think about your growth plan and that sustainable strategy to be able to stay in business for a while. And the third pillar, which will overlap a little bit with the second one, is planning your financial future. So what are we talking about? We're talking about retirement. We're talking about philanthropy. How do you give back to your community? We're talking about how do you pull money out and set your kids up, your community up? You know, what are you going to leave behind, and what is your impact going to be? Because as much as we love the business, we're passionate about the thing, we need to learn how to build a business, but we also want to have a business that outlasts us. At least I do. And the folks that I'm speaking to also want that as well. So that membership community is called Transcend. And if you are interested in it, you can check it out on my website, thewilkersonlawoffice.com/transcend, or find me on Instagram, Asha Wilkerson, ESQ, where I talk all about it and drop different business and legal tips as well.
Love it. And I'm going to ask you to put links to all of this in the chat after this conversation, so that people are going to be able to find out everything about you, including, I know that you're going to have some upcoming webinars that talk about forming your business entity and talking about all these different topics. So I want people to be able to check that out as well.
Yes.
I am so pleased, Asha, that we got you back today. I know you're a busy woman and you've got a lot going on, but this is such a great topic. I didn't want to let the opportunity pass by. And I hope that we get you on very soon again. Thank you again for coming.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's been a great conversation. Thanks for having me.